Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in once again. If this is your first time opening any of my videos, you're welcome. I am Tifa Ramon. Guys, this video is overdue, so I just thought I'll do it for you before I jump into bed, because I just got back from work, and once I have my shower and jump into bed, that's it. I'm not gonna film this video again, and I need it up already. Like it's overdue. And guys, I got me a bag of cheapers. I was listening to the news today, right? And your lady called in, new stock. Your lady called in and she was talking about like cheapers and all of that. And I'm like, the way she was just talking about it, I was like, oh my god, I'm so getting me a bag of cheapers today. So on my way back from work, I pulled over to the cheapers and I got this. So just chips and chicken wings, right? And I'm gonna be eating this while talking to you guys. So basically the video, guys, what I'm here to talk about is my experience traveling to Nigeria and what you need if you want to travel as well. So if you're looking to travel to Nigeria anytime soon, probably this video is for you. So stay tuned and keep watching. If you haven't seen the video of me traveling down to Nigeria, like the airport, like going through the airport, what like changes that's been done, go check it out. I'm actually gonna leave the link in my description box so you can check it out. So this is part 2 of me telling you what you need when you're going, like what you need basically before you travel. So guys, I have my cheapers here and I have my chicken wings and my garlic sauce. So okay guys, basically, yeah, let me first of all tell you about my experience when I was traveling. So guys, jeje me, I was sitting down and then the news, Nigeria was gonna open their airport for the international flight on the 20, was it on the 29th? Yeah, 29th of September, no, 29th of August. So they were gonna open it on the 29th of August, right? And then I saw the news, I was like, hey, me that I've been waiting to travel. So I saw the news and then I went to ask my manager for time off and whatnot, and that like I went to ask for time off and then I was checking for ticket. A ticket was all right. It wasn't too cheap, but it was all right by the time I was checking. But I hadn't gotten a confirmation from work, right, that I could go. So by the time I got confirmation from work that I could, like, my holiday has been accepted and whatnot, the ticket was expensive at that stage, but I didn't mind. I still bought the ticket anyways, right? Because I've been dying to go. Sure you get. So I bought my ticket to travel on the 5th of September. Remember, they were to open the airport on the 29th of August, right? So I bought my ticket to travel on the 5th, the following Saturday. On the 28th of August, the airline sent me a message that I had to do COVID test prior to traveling to Nigeria, and I went on the Wednesday before I was to fly. What day would that have been? That would have been 5th, 4th, 3rd. That would have been 3rd of September, right? So the Wednesday before I was to board my flight, I went to do my test, right? On the 4th, the airline called me that my flight was cancelled after doing the test. Bro, I bought another ticket to fly the following Saturday, which is the 12th, because the 5th ticket was cancelled. And then I had to do another COVID test, which needed to be 72 hours before flying, right? I did that. And then, God, guys, this trip, So think about it. I didn't get money for the first ticket. So I had to use my money again to pay for another flight ticket, and then I had to use my money again to pay for a second COVID test. Anyway, guys, if you're to travel to Nigeria, there's a list of things that you need, which I'm going to mention here. Number one, Number one, you have to do a COVID-19 test in the country of departure. So for example, you're flying from Dublin to Nigeria, so you have to do a COVID-19 test in Dublin first, right? So you do that test, and that test needs to be within 72 hours. Mine, when I was flying, it was 72 to 96 hours before flying, right? But they've changed it. I'm going to leave it here. They've changed it to 72 to 120 hours, right? So they give you more time before your flight. Or if that 120 pass before the date you're flying, my sister, my brother, you're not flying nowhere. But anyways, yeah, it needs to be 72 to 120 hours before you board your flight. That's the COVID test you do here. And let me tell you from experience, I paid €180 to do that test, just to stick something down my nose and my throat. I paid €180, right? That ain't cheap. Like, it ain't cheap. It's too expensive for me. Me and Shomo Babalowa, no. So after you do that test, right, the next thing you do before you fly, right, you need to go onto this Nigerian portal or whatever. I'm going to leave it here as well so you guys can see. So you go onto that, and there are a few steps that you need to follow, right? So the first thing you do on that page is like you fill information about like your health and what's not, like, question, like obviously you're going to fill in your name and all of that, and then they will ask you question like, have you had fever in the last clinical days? Have you had, like, symptoms for COVID? They're going to ask you all that, and then you put it. Have you been sick? Blah, blah, blah. You put that there. And then the next thing you do is upload your COVID-19 test that you did, which needs to be 72 to 120 hours. Listen, 72 to 120 hours, okay? You need to upload that onto that portal. After uploading that, right, you then need to pay another money to the Nigerian government. They say it's 50,000 naira, right? But my brother, my sister, by the time they do all this calculation and what's not, you're gonna end up paying like 53,000, because that's what I ended up paying. So you're gonna pay 53,000, and what you're paying that for is to do another COVID-19 test when you get to Nigeria. Within 7 days that you get to Nigeria, you need to do another COVID-19 test, right? So when you pay that money on that same portal, like, it's process by process. So after paying that money, then you choose a center, like they send you like receipts, yeah, and you pick a center, like you pick a center that you want your test to be done, like obviously wherever you're staying in Nigeria, which one is closer. Like if you're staying in Lekki, you choose any like center that is close, that is in Lekki, or if you're staying on the mainland, any center that is on the mainland, you get me? So you pick the center you want, and you pick like the time. So after picking that and you've paid, they're going to send you like receipts, like confirmation and what's not. You can pay with your Irish card, like whatever card, like I only saw dollars and I saw naira. So I was like, where's euro? But go for the dollars option. It's still going to let you put in like your your Irish bank card. So you can use your Irish bank card to pay if you don't have Nigerian bank card to pay with, which is handy, right? So you pay that 53,000 naira, and they're supposed to send you like a QR code. So after paying, they're going to send you like a QR code. So that QR code, you print it out and you bring it with you when you're flying, and also your COVID-19 test results, you bring it with you when you're traveling. So like myself, I did all this like filling of form and paying for the 53,000 the evening before my flight. So I was flying on a Saturday, so I did all this on the Friday, like, cause my result didn't come out until like I did my test on the Wednesday. My result didn't come out until Friday lunchtime. So I filled in all this info in the evening. I've mentioned before you fly. So before you fly, you're doing your COVID-19 test, you're uploading it, you're filling in your health details, right? And your personal information, like where you're going to stay when you get to Nigeria, all of that. And then you're paying like 53,000 to do another COVID test within 7 days that you get to Nigeria, right? And guys, if you don't do that test when you get to Nigeria, right, they're going to send your details to wherever, and they're going to put you like on like a blacklist, basically, that you won't be able to fly, right? So that's that when you want to fly. So when you're going to the airport, you bring with you your printed COVID-19 negative, because I'm saying COVID-19 test now because some of you it has to be negative. So you bring it with you, even if you have it on your phone, that's grand, but it's better print it out. So all these Nigerian people, print it out. So when you get to like, because I flew with BA, right? So when you're flying with BA, when you get to like in Ireland, they didn't ask me for the test or whatever. They only asked me when I got to my stopover, which is in London. So BA asked me for the test because they wanted to see it, so they know that I'm able to fly. Because if a passenger doesn't have that test result and they fly that person, Nigeria is gonna like charge British Airways some amount of money or something, like a fine. Sure you get. So they have to see that you have the test. Okay, Nigeria expects you to isolate for 7 days. So 7 days when you get to Nigeria, you need to isolate, and it's within that 7 days you do your COVID-19 test. You remember the 53,000 you paid for. So within that, that's when you do your test. And then if it's negative, the 8th day, you're allowed to move around. You come out of isolation. They don't isolate you, isolate yourself in wherever like you're gonna be staying. Sure you get. In my point of view, I just think they're extorting us, because what is the point of getting us to do a test over here, right? And then when we get to Nigeria, we need to do another test, pay another money to do another test, and we need to isolate again. Why I said this extortion, right? Guys, when I got to Nigeria, they didn't ask for this COVID-19 test. All they were after was the 53,000 that you paid, the receipt of the money that you paid. Sure you get, like, so what's the point of getting me to do tests that you're not even going to check to know if I don't know. I just think it's stupid. The only reason they took my test was because the QR code, normally I think if you have a QR code, they should have like something to scan it, right? No, they had to be punching in numbers. So why do you want us to get a QR code if you're going to be punching in numbers? Like, and my number, like, for some reason it wasn't like working, so they were just delaying me there, and I had to tell her like, listen, I have a COVID-19 test result. She was like, oh, okay, bring that, then you can go. That's the only reason they took my results, not because they want to see if I had COVID or not. Because what they're after is the money. Yeah, I just think it's ridiculous. Anyways, what else do I need to fill you guys in? Yeah, basically that's what you need. Oh, and guys, when you're coming back, some airline, like obviously when you're done with your holiday in Nigeria, when you're coming back, some airline requires you to like do another test, like when you're flying back to whatever country, and some countries also require you to do like a COVID-19 test. So imagine that would have been like 3 times that. That would be 3 tests you're doing all together. So the one you do when you're flying, the one you do when you get to Nigeria, and then the one you do when you're leaving Nigeria. Can imagine 3, right? But luckily for me, Ireland, they don't require you to do tests when you're flying in. They just want you to isolate for 14 days. And the airline I was flying with, which is British Airways, they don't require you to like have like a COVID-19 test. So I didn't need to do a third one when I was flying back. So I had to just do like the one that I needed when I'm flying in, and the one I had to do when I was in Nigeria. So that's another thing you need to think of, because some of you might have to do 3. And another thing is you need to be careful, because at the moment there's like a list of airlines that fly into Nigeria. Like I know the likes of like Lufthansa, Air France, KLM, Nigerians are not allowing them to like fly in. So the only recognized one that me I know is British Airways, which I flew with. So you should look into that as well, and be sure that whatever airline you're flying with are allowed to fly into Nigeria. So need that you see, oh God. Guys, let me just say, yeah, to me personally, I just think if what you're going to do in Nigeria is not important, I just think it's a waste spending all that money. And well, if you have the money, fair enough. If you're rich and you're able to like get a cheap ticket and whatnot, that's fine. But if you're buying ticket for €1,000 and you're paying €180 to do COVID test, it's not worth it. Like for myself, like obviously, if not for the reason that I went to Nigeria for, it's just total waste for me, because there's no point spending 2 weeks, just 2 weeks in Nigeria, and I'm spending like that amount of money. It's ridiculous. Like, oh, do me Kamilara. But what am I gonna do? It is what it is at the end of the day. Like, but if you're going for nothing, just gonna have fun, and like, if you're rich, shall fair enough, you can go ahead and go. But those are the things that you need to do before you fly into Nigeria. Have your COVID test done here, upload it onto their portal, fill in like your information, your health, whatever, and then upload the test, right? And then pay like your 53,000 to do another test in Nigeria. And if you're coming back and your flight or your airline or the country you're coming back to requires you to do a test, so you have to do another test when you're leaving Nigeria. So just have that in mind. But then again, it's down to everybody. Like, if you have the money, fair enough. If you want to go through the stress, fair enough. But to me, I just think it's just waste. It's just a waste. It's just a waste. But thank you guys for staying tuned today. I'm gonna finish my chips and my chicken, and I'll catch you in my next video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to watch the video of me when I was like my vlog when I was going into Nigeria, so you can see what the airport is like. Obviously things might have changed now. In the UK, I think they're bringing in the temperature check as well, so things are changing. It's not the same, but that's what happened when I was going. But things are still the same in Nigeria. If you're going to Nigeria, those things that I listed, those 5 things, you need to like do them before you fly. And let me just add, okay guys, if you did not pay the 53,000 in your country of departure, like example, excuse me, Ireland, when you get to Nigeria, you're still going to pay that money whether you like it or not. Because when I got there, the people that didn't pay, they just push them to one side, so there's somebody there collecting the payment. So you're still going to pay for it whether you like it or not, unless you want to do agidi that you don't want to pay. They're going to isolate you or put you in the blacklist. But for you to think you're going to do magu magu and not pay that money, you're still going to pay it, because Nigeria, they like their money too much. They don't care about your test, but you still have to do it because your airline will not carry you. But when you get to Nigeria, they don't care about it. All they care about is the money. So thank you for watching. See my next video.
Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely.